Welcome to the State Ombudsman Only private side of the National Ombudsman Resource Center website. This video will provide an overview of the private view of the NORC website and highlight where you can find key resources. The private side of the NORC website is password protected. You were emailed your username and password in your welcome packet when you first became a state ombudsman. If you forgot your username and password, you can email Katie at Kohler, Kohler, at theconsumervoice.org to reset your username and password. If you are not logged into the private side of the website and you click on the link that is a State Ombudsman Only link, you will receive an error message. Once you are logged into the private side, you will see the word private at the top of each page that is for State Ombudsman Only. Once you are logged in, you can switch back and forth between the public side of the website and the private side of the website. And you can tell the difference by the private image at the top of each private page. So now I'm going to highlight a few key resources on pages that are on the private side. So this is the home page of the private website, and if you scroll down, there's a link here for the State Ombudsman Conference. This is the State Ombudsman Conference page where all new information will be posted and updated on this page. If you go back, you can find a link that is updated monthly with State Ombudsman contact information. Below that link is a link to the coronavirus prevention in long-term care facilities. So on the NORC website, we have a coronavirus page just for State Ombudsman, which is this link, and a coronavirus page for the public. The private page includes resources that are state-specific, so you can use examples from other states. So if we go back to the home page, there is training modules that are for State Ombudsman, which is located here, the NORC curriculum for State Ombudsman. And then there's also a training modules that are for your program representatives. And as the State Ombudsman, it is your job to review their quiz results. So on the NORC page, if you go to support and then training and then NORC curriculum, there are 5 modules that are for local ombudsmen. And if you click on a module, it takes you to a Google website. And at the bottom of this first module, there's a quiz. And each state ombudsman has links to review the quizzes taken in their state. If you don't have these links, I can email them to you. So since there are 5 modules and there's a quiz at the end of each module, there are 5 links for each state. So for example, this is what it'll look like. This is Nevada Module 1 quiz results. And so it has the answers, it'll say who took the quiz, what time they took the quiz, and then it'll have their responses. So it's your job to grade their responses because it won't say whether their responses are correct or incorrect. And if you need these links, you can email me and I will send them to you. So back to the State Ombudsman website, there is the training for State Ombudsman Only, and then below that there are summary sheets. NORC sends out queries to State Ombudsman, so if you have a question that you would like to ask your peers, you send your query to NORC and we will send it out to all the State Ombudsmen, and then we compile their responses into summary sheets, and this is where they're located. Sending out queries through NORC is an effort to reduce the number of emails that State Ombudsmen are receiving, so it is controlled and we organize the responses and then archive them on our website so you can go back and read other responses in areas that you might not have been working on then, but you need help with now. Okay, so back to the home page. I'm just going to quickly highlight some of these bullet points. These are each pages. So this is the NORS and OAPS page for State Ombudsman. There's also a NORS page that's located under Support NORS that's public, but this is the private NORS page. There's information about Ombudsman program funding, program effectiveness, examples of MOUs and MOAs, examples of conflict of interest screening tools, decertification letters for individuals, program management related to responding transfer discharge notices, Ombudsman Learning Collaborative website page, legal decisions regarding the Ombudsman program, resources created by NASAP, and archived email updates. So I wanted to highlight this page because every Friday NORC sends out an email that includes new resources or things that have happened within the past week. Usually that email is bi-weekly, but right now it's being sent out weekly because there's so much happening. So this is a page that archives each of those emails. So if you can't find an email in your inbox, you can go back and read each one of these. So you just click on the date and it'll have the whole email. Okay. So then I'm going to go back to the home page. We collect Ombudsman program logos and the State Ombudsman photos. So if you would like to look at these documents and send us any updates, you can email myself or Carol, and we will update those. Below that is archive materials from past conferences, so you can read about other sessions that we've held, and all the PowerPoints and materials are on these pages. And then below that, there's information from new State Ombudsman orientations and conference calls. So any PowerPoint or webinar recording are located on these pages. And then below that, I just wanted to highlight these two resources. This is the highlights document. So we update this every year when we meet in person at our conference. And it is a really great resource, and I would encourage you to look at it if you're looking for similar states to yours. So if you want to know, for example, let's see, I'm just going to open this up a little. It's a really big document, but so if you wanted to see which states do have an in-house database, you can look across and say, Alabama does, Arizona, California, etc. And we print this document out every May and send it to the State Ombudsman Conference so you can either cross out boxes that may be incorrect or fill in new boxes. So those are the main highlights of the State Ombudsman side of the website. If you have any questions or if you aren't able to find a resource, you can email myself or you can email ombudscenter@theconsumervoice.org.